hello everybody, welcome to the stream. It did set up properly. That's great. Love to see it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. My name is Kaden
Yeah,
Bubbles.
I heard
that's
bubbles.
exactly. Oh, could you hear it through? Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
what the crap? I gotta figure out that then. But yeah, that's
the
the
crap?
intro sound. Now.
Scallop.
Why are you looking at the thing like that? You're like, huh?
The last time we played, it was a little tiny party of Tex and Isa. They went off on a little bit of an adventure. First, though, you all finished up the conversation with Hunter, who ended up taking
Hank?
both.
Hank.
No,
That's Hank's real name.
Yeah, I know. But Hunter ended up escorting both, not Vector. I'm sorry.
Hunter's an
Venatora.
escort?
I wouldn't put it past him.
Got
What did I miss?
But he's bringing both Finatorath and Dragon back to a hidden culture of the dragons that are still exist.
Dragon bees nuts.
Due to some weird magical influence, some dragons do go into a feral mode. I'm gonna turn off the AC because that's really loud.
Federal mode?
Feral.
Rah.
They start doing
There's a
taxes.
weird tension to everything you're saying.
But yeah, they went off to a mode, so they created their own sort of pocket dimension that they used as their
Okay,
basically
pussy.
survival location.
Shut the fuck up.
I wouldn't put it past Leah to own one for absolutely no reason other than two.
What? What?
She has no purpose for it.
I wouldn't put it past you to own one just to own one.
That's fair.
Just to squish it.
It's a stress toy.
Oh god.
It's a true story.
But yeah, so you guys have they ended up leaving about the next day with it. Finatorath said she will be like sending you communications. You guys have Hunter's information for like sending
We have
ship
his email.
messages. Yeah, basically fancy email. But other than that, then after that, Tex and Isa went on a shopping trip. Which, if you guys do need to purchase anything specific, they went to a large like space
Isa
station
did.
shopping
Dex
trip.
didn't buy anything.
Tex was just there for the ride. Isa got a lot of cool stuff. So if you
I
guys
was
do
the
have any
bag holder.
shopping requirements or need any weapons, upgrades, items like that, let me know now so we can get that for you.
Cool retcon
Going
it
once, going twice.
Retcon.
Let me look at Bee's character sheet. I
You say,
should probably
"Sold to
open
the lady
that.
in
in.
pink."
Jelly. She wanted jelly.
They probably have a food court.
I'm in pink.
That was the joke. Oh my gosh.
Wait, what? What can we buy?
So it's
Frank.
basically a massive shopping location. There is stuff, everything from basic weapons and upgraders to like really fancy high-end equipment and things like that.
That was the longest delay by far.
Oh, am I really that bad?
What?
Or me or...
No, I mean Leah. She
Oh,
says it a late, but that
yeah.
one was really long.
5 minutes
Oh.
late.
So is
Yeah,
there-
if that happens during Salader, I'm not stopping for you.
Is there anything you
So
need
my
from
bird needs to
the
get
store,
done.
Leah? Anything at all?
A pocket
Uh,
pussy.
That's not a flashlight.
Same thing.
It's a name brand. It's
I'm
like
just saying.
Coca-Cola versus
Is
soda.
there a chance I could get some like healing potions?
Yeah, there's definitely a generic adventurer supplies. Healing potions. Which one are you getting?
The pocket ones are
The-
made of like silicone
the
rubber.
good
like
kush.
a jelly rubber.
How do you know this?
Kaylin, I
Are we
didn't
still
need to know
talking
this
about
fact.
potions, or are
No.
we?
You're not.
Kaylin, I didn't need to know that fact.
So there are 4 types of healing potions. You have healing, greater healing, superior healing, and supreme. They slowly get more and more healing per thing. I don't know what the price breakdown.
How much are each?
Yeah, I forget. I know regular is
They
50.
get expensive. The
They
more-
do. It's yeah. So healing is 50. Greater healing is 100. Then it goes to 500, then to 1350, which is a very weird jump. But it goes from basically uncommon is basically 2 regular healing, or greater healing is basically 2 regular healings. Supreme healing is basically 2 uncommon or superior.
Okay, what's
than-
the cheapest one?
the cheapest is regular potion of
50.
healing, 50 gold. The shop you're at probably has about
Okay,
8 of those
mate.
on hand.
I want to make
I'll-
healing
I'll take
potions.
2.
Alright, Aurora finally opened because Aurora takes
You'll take
76
2?
business
Okay.
days to open.
So yeah, mark off 100
Yeah.
gold and you get that.
I want to make a business selling healing potions, and I'm gonna call it the Good Kush. This is a dollar store. How good can it be?
True.
Okay, let me see what B has.
Yeah, see what B hasn't. See
Other
what B
than-
wants.
Other than
All of B's belongings are jam.
All of B's
She has a
belongings
shit
are
ton of
belong
hit
to
points.
us.
communism.
It's a poor translation, but okay.
Okay. Hmm. What can B get that'll just mess with people?
I don't know. What can she get? I've been murdered.
do they have immovable rods?
I have a movable rod.
Ew.
That's called my penis.
Let me see how much it costs.
Let me see your immovable rod.
Wait, what are
Wasn't
we
that
laughing
funny.
at?
I
I
don't
just
know.
want a metal stick.
Kaylin, what are we laughing at?
I want to see. My...
They do have one, but there's like a store that focuses on magic supplies, and it's for 5,000 gold.
B is sad.
Yeah, I was gonna give it to you at a lower price if I rolled well. I didn't. So
I just spent more for less.
yeah, that is the issue. All the stuff in this game costs so much money when I don't give out that
I
much money.
know.
But you know,
I am serious though. Whoever think penises aren't funny, they're wrong.
I mean, look at this.
That's a joke.
See, they're laughing. It's funny.
How
But yeah,
Caden
no.
got banned.
No, okay. Here's what B
Ready
wants.
to get banned.
An immovable.
Is there a potion or something that like makes the grease spell? I want
The
something
grease spell.
specifically with the grease.
I
spell.
don't know the grease
The
spell.
grease.
me
You
look
should
it up.
read the grease spell.
It spawns in greasy teenage boys.
Ew. Oh
That is
gosh.
wild.
No.
It's a terrible spell.
No.
It's hated.
Slick grease covers the ground in a 10-foot square, centered on a point within range, and it turns into difficult terrain for the duration. When the grease appears, each creature standing in its area must succeed a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. If a creature enters that area and ends its turn there, it must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. It's first level. There's it's not even a
I know.
spell. You find like a robot manufacturer who just has grease, and you're like, "Hey, can I buy some of that off you?" And he's like, "Sure."
No, you just
15
ask
gold.
Capellia or Tex
Just like peeing.
for some of the...
How much gold is it?
They'd have 15 gold, and it would probably do a 10.
It's like
yeah,
a spit
basically,
valve.
you basically just get a bottle that you can just throw, and it just
I need my-
sprays out essentially.
Oh no, I want multiple usages.
You'd have to just buy multiple.
I need my grease.
Okay.
Again, just ask Capellia or Tex, bro.
Yeah, they have like a
Like-
spit valve somewhere.
Nice. Spit into my hand.
From my lips,
Alright,
give me a kiss.
I'm feeling
Come in here,
romantical.
kiss me on the hot mouth.
Come here, kiss me on my hot mouth. I'm feeling romantical.
I'm gonna buy 4.
4? Okay, that would be 60 gold.
Alright, I took it off and I just like, can it just like come out of B's hand and just like clatters onto the table?
They kind of just like pick it up. It's sort of like, you know when you stick a fork in Jello and it has just a little bit of residue.
Uh-huh.
That's what the coins are like. They're like, thanks, and they just give you these cans.
B's like, thanks, and she
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
away.
Walk away. Sure thing. All right. Then after that fun adventure, what happened next
I
is
thought you said 5-venture.
no. They went back to
Okay.
Lasarth and spoke with the council, and Tex found out that there is a location nearby with a very strong connection to Tex. It has some form of like activity to it still, oddly enough, but it felt like there was nothing quite there. When they go to explore the place, it seems to be an abandoned hangar where they find out that there is essentially there's a ship that is held up.
Ah,
Go take your medicine.
it startles me every fucking time.
That's the point of an alarm. But yeah, they
I
find out
have
there's
anxiety.
a ship with logs and information about bringing materials in a weird pattern to this location, and they find a hidden-esque bunker beneath that has notes from one. I think it's I have it in here. 1 second. I'm bad with remembering names. Irvus, which seems to be a creator that may or may not have created text. The notes describe basically that they're being paid off by someone to design a robot to mass manufacture like ship parts or ships indiscriminately, very easily, very quickly. But later on find out that the actual creators are going to use the ship and its blueprints, or the machine and its blueprints, to create weapons or military vehicles, and then find out that it's actually Hone that is doing it. So Irvus,
Of course.
yeah. This
Well,
why
also,
wouldn't it
all
be?
of this looks like it's about 50 to 60 years old. This is not fresh. It's quite old. But then
Our
it
point
describes
still stands.
yeah, the notes then describe how Irvus turned the manufacturing machine into a bomb, invited the people that she was working with over, set it off, and then fled to a planet called
Fled.
Fogorn. This is a planet that you also heard before.
Longhorn.
Fogorn, no. Very similar.
Foghorn,
Foghorn Leghorn.
Oh, oh.
Thank you, Leah.
Leah, can
That's
you,
what the planet sounds like 24/7.
Leah, can you do an impression of a didgeridoo?
How about you didgeridoo?
How about I didgeridoo your mom?
Oh no. Let me pull up the paper. I forget the character's name. But the planet, it's not actually a full planet. It is considered a dwarf planet. It's basically a very large asteroid. Fogorn, it is the planet
Pluto's not a
that
planet.
That's
Steia,
dwarfism.
What?
the old council member that fled from the council that you guys know, Steia. She is an artificer. They are
You should
they are
stay
also.
away from me.
I'm going to fight you. So,
Artificial
you find that.
you.
What's up, Elliot?
I'm gonna artifice your mom.
Oh, I was making a joke.
Okay.
Ignore me.
But yes, that is
Hard
what
as
you
that
find
is
out
sometimes.
in the information. And I will hand it back to you guys. I know you all, that's basically where we ended it. Is there anything you guys would like to discuss or say? Any questions you have more specifically?
Oh.
So what's our next game plan? Are we going to this planet?
So you do know,
Whatever
for those,
anyone else
for
wants.
probably Capelia, since you're the like captain and navigator, you do know the trip would be about probably a day and a half back towards the inner of the solar system, because it's actually in an asteroid belt, and it kind of floats around the asteroid belt and has a lot of materials.
Interesting.
Yeah.
She always starts fighting; she can never finish them.
I mean, if there's nothing else you guys want to do, we can start heading there.
I don't
Yeah,
have
I'm
any
gonna do that.
plans.
Yeah.
I have I
Okay.
have my grease and I have my plans.
All right.
If
Then I
I,
guess I'll
end up
start fighting.
going up because of Greece, when we're in a fight, I swear to God.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Oh.
I'm slightly worried about it.
Look, if B has an idea, it doesn't overtly mean that she's gonna do some bullshit.
I feel
That's
think
like
it
she's
does.
gonna do
exclusively what it means.
But you guys load up onto the ship. You kind of get the coordinates punched
Seatbelts,
in.
everyone.
I
let
imagine
this be a
you
normal
land
field
back
trip.
at your main
With the
main
frizz?
base
No way.
and
The mystery
let
vessel.
Haas and them know. Anyone there? I guess it's Haas and Director. I'm only now. That you're going to be heading out for a while. You've got a lead on Tex's creator and want to see exactly what's going on with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you all load up onto the ship.
On this
I'm gonna
review.
fight you.
I'm still feeling good.
Wait, didn't they
Oh my
go to Pluto?
I'm gonna have an autistic meltdown.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you guys load on up. You take a flight path out into space, and you begin your trip. I would like someone to roll me a D100 and see if anything interesting happens while you're flying.
Tim, can you pass me
I
that?
don't know how to do that. Someone else do
Okay,
it.
I do,
whoever's
I do.
rolling, you better roll good because I'm the one flying it.
I'm rolling.
All right, do it.
I'm rolling on
62 cents.
I'll take it.
All
I'll
right.
take the money.
Well, you don't really see much. You do. The only thing you really see is there is a waypoint machine, sort of like a satellite that sits in a static location, and it just shoots out like information basically.
Oh, time to save our game progress, guys.
That's not how it works. But
What do you mean that's not how it works? Upload our consciousness into the cloud and
Oh
then
my.
go bail.
basically what you see is there's just it's essentially just a
People.
billboard for a circus, saying that there is a circus ship nearby. That if you want to go on an adventure, it's there.
Also, well,
Oh, if only
Godzilla,
Dragon were here.
what's been
Oh
happening?
yeah.
That is a great question, Godzilla. It is a 5e campaign, a board game, basically.
It's
But yeah,
Dungeons and Dragons.
not technically, but yes.
It's Dungeons and
That's a great
It
great
follows D&D
question.
rules, but it's Caden's world.
It doesn't technically qualify as D&D.
Blades World.
It's
But
homebrew.
from there, you guys continue on your trip. You do put down the coordinates of that circus ship if you ever want to go there. But other than that, you start heading your way towards the asteroid belt where the planet should be, or the dwarf planet should be. And after about a day and a half, a full long trip, you do get closer to the location and you start seeing the asteroids. Now, as science fiction goes, asteroid belts are not actually that tightly packed. So asteroids are they're fairly sparse. You can still see them with the naked eye, and you can see a lot of them.
Asteroid belts are also very
Well,
fashionable
tell
to
it to
wear.
put clothes on. then.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna fight all of you. None of you are funny.
I haven't done anything.
I'm clearly
What
very
have I
funny in
said?
Tim's eyes.
What
Tim,
have I
pass the
said?
beer.
Uh,
I haven't done jack shit.
yes. You guys then start following the pathway of where this planet should be going, and after another probably 6 hours, you begin to see a planet in the distance. This planet isn't very large. It looks about twice the size of a moon, but there is a
Pluto.
very there is a very
Pluto's not a planet.
a very distinct style of the planet, which is it looks like it's off gassing actually towards the sun, like it's being there's like a gas being pulled away from it.
The planet's
What?
being gassed.
It's
It's
farting.
off gassing.
Stop gaslighting
Do you
it.
guys not know anything about anything? Oh my gosh.
No.
Stop gaslighting.
Oh, unrelated, but D&D Beyond has rainbows.
Yeah.
Because it's gay. It's pride.
yeah.
It's pride.
It's
Damn.
gay month.
It's gay
And
month.
that's why I'm
I
drawing
like
gay
gays.
people.
Yeah, me too. I'm
for
doing
you.
that right now. I'm doing that right now. I'm doing that right now.
All right.
I like
Do you guys want to do anything as you approach this planet, or are you just heading straight in?
I want to
Can
buy
we
that
like?
space
Is it
belt.
possible to like make sure that the planet is safe?
How would you like
You're like-
to do that?
Do we have a
Oh.
radar scanner thing?
You would have a simple scanning system for like communications or just things like that.
I just
Um,
watched Spaceballs recently, so I'm sorry if I make stupid references.
So yeah,
Well,
if you want to just ask
It's
Capelli to set off
Spaceballs.
the,
Every reference is
that's
stupid.
fair. If you want to ask Capelli to just set off the scanners, basically the reading that comes back is the surface is dead. There is no atmosphere, and nothing could really survive on the surface because the sun rays are too aggressive.
I want to make a joke,
The sun
Make a
dead.
joke.
but we're not on the surface of the planet, so I
Sorry,
can't
real
make a joke
quick.
yet.
Real quick.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna pull Leah here. Why are we here?
This is the location written
Well,
down
see.
by Tex's creator for where they ran off
I'm
to.
gonna pull a Leah here.
Hayden, I'm so sorry. I'm at least trying to pay attention and follow the plot.
I am. I'm just being.
It is the
doing
last
my own
known.
way.
It's the last known. Where, oh,
Put your phone
Uh,
away because I was taking
yeah.
it away.
it's the last known location of Irvus.
I'm being punished.
Okay, got it.
I'm grounded.
So with that information, do you still want to approach with it knowing that the surface is basically
I
dead?
think we should. I don't think we should land on the planet. Bee's being smart for one. She's evolving.
Oh god.
The brainstem is finally building.
Fun. But I think we should figure out if like there's an entrance down, like lower or whatever and be like, hey, we should try down there because I don't think we should get out of the planet while it's,
We're not in the
not livable. Shut up.
I am the
I'll
planet.
put you on the planet.
Oh yes.
Who
I
put
was
you on the
born.
planet?
Oh, gosh.
What?
Who put you on the planet?
So do you guys want to approach the planet closer and see if you can find some sort of entryway or something?
Yeah, I'm
He
down
says
for that.
yes.
Sure thing. Yeah.
I
So
say
as you
yes.
guys
Sure.
put closer into gear, you do notice that around the planet there does seem to be like mini moons, but by mini I mean very small, and they seem to have some sort of
Mini moons.
relays on it, like relay towers or something. That almost looks like satellite towers. As you approach further, you do notice that there are like constructions on the planet, but they look mostly like steam stacks or like stacks of cooling towers and stuff like that. No homes or anything.
No, homo.
I would like who's all searching for the planet? Is it just like Copelia and B? You're also trying to help?
Me as well, yeah.
Yeah, you three roll me investigation checks. See if you're able to catch anything.
Ooh,
Okay.
I'm good at
But
those.
also, my
I'm
bot
good
did
at
just
those.
go off. I do want to remind everyone.
Oh,
there is
I
a-
have +9.
Ooh, nice. There is a Gleam link going on that if you guys join the Gleam giveaway, you will have a chance to get a free Steam games. There are a bunch of roguelikes, and I have 2 winners. So make sure to join. I don't want to have so many people join and then have absolutely no one win Steam keys. Because that's what happened
I
last
got
time.
a
there was a
21.
giveaway.
I
A
also
21?
had a 21.
Okay.
I also got a 21.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what are we
Magic.
rolling?
They were just rolling for investigation to see if they can find something.
I
But yeah,
wanna
No
do it.
way.
they already
That's the
found
wrong
it. You're
dice.
fine.
Bitch.
So yeah, as you guys are flying down, you do notice that there is a large area that seems to be sort of excavated or like actually cleared out. And as you get closer, there is a large tunnel with a light trail leading inside. As you get closer, you see that there is a landing pad that is. You've seen these before. They're basically magnetic landing pads that hold your ship down, and they're used often in space stations where there's no gravity. Oh, my internet's dropping again. Sorry. But when you go to land down, your ship lands and locks in place, and then all of a sudden behind you, there is a force field that shows up on the far side of the wall. Sort of not really for anything other than air. And as you begin to settle down, you guys can see that there is sort of a gas being pumped into this area.
Okay, so
You know
it's,
what else is being pumped
it's
in?
like
I'm
having,
not
like,
gonna
an
finish
arrow.
that.
You know what else is happening?
I didn't even hear
Out
what
of
they
my
said. I'm
urethra?
trying to ask my
You
question.
stop. It's so gross.
What's wrong with you guys?
There's a lot. What do you guys want to do? I'm gonna
Are
have to
you
separate
excited for me
you.
to be at your wedding?
I'm gonna send you to the back of the
What I-
class, Leah. You, Kaylin, sit up front.
Oh my god.
I will turn this car around right
will.
now.
Yeah, we're the type
I'm gonna
where we
send
probably
you into the
look
Can't
back
sun.
at
do
each
force
other.
field.
Lee and I are the type where we would look back at each other if we were separated from the classroom and just laugh. We just make eye contact.
Yeah.
and we
This
laugh.
isn't important. Please stop talking. What would you guys like to do?
What B would like to do, if now, he would like to so. Shut up! Oh my god.
My hands are sweaty.
So you said that there's an area, right, that looks like it's being, like an atmosphere being like an artificial atmosphere being made.
It
Is that
looks
what I'm
like
getting
it,
from
yeah. It kind of looks like they're pumping
Maybe
in
I
some sort of
shouldn't
air.
have come back.
Can we check out that area?
Well, it's just basically when you came in, there's a big carved out tunnel with a platform, and there's a big iron door on the front, a big door, like it's meant that you could actually pull a ship inside too. And as you get closer, once you land in, there's a force field that comes up, and you can see a sort of a gas being pumped into the space.
Yes. So, do we have any? I don't know if we should do communications. 'Cause I don't think that's a good idea.
What do you mean by communications? Like send out a
Like being
signal?
like, hey, we're here to investigate this shit.
Hey,
I'm just gonna start screaming.
you're inside a spaceship. I don't think they'll be able to hear you.
I'm still gonna start screaming.
Okay.
It just sounds like the weather noise.
The internet dial-up noise.
No, the weather sound that it makes, like the.
Like an
No, you know
Amber
the
Alert.
sound when you put two walkie-talkies beside each other?
Feedback, no, dude. As someone who has to use a walkie-talkie while I'm at work, that hurts my soul.
Yeah.
Hurt your soul.
I know it.
So yeah, do you want to? If you use your ship's sensors, it probably has a reading to make sure like the environment isn't dangerous. It does slowly
Yeah.
start
Sure.
filling up, saying there is an atmosphere that you can a breathable, safe one. It does say it is like low volume, which is
I don't need to
understandable,
breathe.
but- well, you don't, but they do.
I don't. It sucks to suck, I guess.
Is there somewhere
Yeah.
that looks like it's meant to land?
There is a platform, like there's a landing platform, and you do overall.
Okay.
You see that there is a sort of terminal on the outside of where you landed. It has a little bit of like some sort of control panel, but you can't really read it from your ship.
Do we want to land?
You stole my
I
shirt.
think we.
Alright.
I think
I
we
think we should
should.
You
land.
stole 2 of my shirts.
Sure.
How many shirts do you need?
All of them.
All right, so you guys
I think we should land.
come out of the ship then and go to check out that command panel.
Yeah.
Sure thing, yeah. As you go into land, your ship
Seconds.
basically opens up from the back, and you can go in.
Ah,
enter-
damn! Sorry.
You go into the command panel, and it's basically just a big panel, and it kind of has just a button that you press, or you can press. It doesn't have much else information-wise.
I feel like Caden's gonna kill all of you.
I'm going
I'm
to.
sorry, I just keep looking over at the VC chat.
Just close it.
What?
Close it. That's all you gotta
I
do.
didn't realize it was there.
Wow.
Wait, why is Jesus on the thing?
That atheist is just the freak.
Put you in
What
the
do you
planet.
guys want to do?
God.
I don't fucking know.
See, I'm terrified because these 3 people are also in the Saladar campaign, and I'm wondering how much progress they're gonna make each chapter.
We're not.
None will be made.
So you said that we went down to the planet, right?
Yeah, you are on a landing pad, and there is a platform in front of you that has basically just a single button for your terminal. A cardboard box one,
Can we push it?
if you want to.
Okay.
Do you push it?
If no one's gonna stop B, B's
Oh,
gonna
and we're
push it.
Okay.
Push the button.
All right. As you
I'm gonna
push
step
it,
back.
there's a chime noise, and there is like a green line that is just kind of spiky. And when you let go of it, it disappears.
What did you do?
That's my lifeline.
You're dead.
I think.
It's weird.
Can we like?
Weed.
So what happens if I hold it down?
It just has that little green line that shakes. Would you like to try to make a like an insight check on it or something?
Yeah, B's good at wisdom
Sure, we'll
somehow.
do an-
Somehow.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
I'm
28.
holding.
28. Wow. Okay. Yeah. As you're going to press this down and staring at this green line, Tech starts walking over to like inspect the door, and each footsteps you see there's a little spike in that green line.
Ooh.
What does that mean?
What do you
Can
mean?
is there like a little pebble that I can just toss nearby it?
I guess yeah. There's a space rocket, and you just want to throw it while holding down the button.
Yeah.
Each time it hits, there's a little spike in that green line.
It's a sound sensor.
Or a microphone.
Oh!
Just looking for a password.
It's a sound sensor!
I mean, yeah. They're both the same thing. I've been playing too much Phasmophobia lately. I'm gonna be honest.
So did we just
can I
find, like-
So B's gonna be like just holding it down, like, hello.
And as you speak, it just goes hello, and it becomes a little bit larger and goes away.
Oh, it is that episode on the Magic School Bus where they went to the haunted mansion and they talk about sound waves.
Going
I
down
know that one.
Holy shit! You just awoke a core memory. But
Yo.
Caden's gonna kill us.
so yeah, B waits a
That's likely.
response back.
You do not hear anything back.
Just push again. Anybody home? Housekeeping.
Oh, housekeeping.
It does not seem to respond to your voice.
No, I clean.
Oh, is it a voice
No,
sensor?
no,
Text. Text, speak into it.
What?
Text, say something into the microphone.
Never gonna give you up.
Housekeeping.
Never gonna let
Wait,
you
wait, wait.
down.
Please don't.
I felt put on the.
What?
Say something. Say something
No.
inappropriate.
As you say that, the green line all of a sudden turns to like a golden yellow, and then basically
What did you do?
has a fancy like animation that goes up into a voice and it shuts down like to the center, and the door starts opening up.
You broke it. Hey, it's
I
like
was
when
right.
Did a
it's like
thing.
when it's like when Eve found the plant on Wally's planet and then she like shut down.
Yes, she shut down.
Is that gonna happen to
That's
Tex?
literally
God, I-
nothing like what just happened. You're schizophrenic.
Oh, and Wally shows her that movie.
Kate, I'm in the same boat as you right now.
No, it's not. The voice terminal recognized Tex's voice. That is all that happened.
Oh.
It's a
Kate, I'm
voice
so
activated device.
Kate, I'm so sorry.
No.
Okay, do you guys go in?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. I will progress today.
Uh,
Y'all can be dumbasses. I'll be in charge of the plot.
Excuse me.
I mean that in a
I'm
very-
sitting here face palming about this whole fucking
so
situation.
you guys begin to walk into the building, the asteroid, I guess. And as you're outside, it is quite cold. Like it is probably closer to
Is
the
it?
40 degrees, 35 degrees or so, nearly freezing. But as you get closer into the center of the asteroid, or this planet, it actually begins to warm up and heat up to around 50 to 60 degrees in some parts. You did notice coming in, I should mention, there are active like asteroid craters on this planet where it looks like it's recently been hit by an asteroid and it is still molten from the impact.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yummy.
As you guys get closer, there is basically this just floating walkway that is suspended up from the ground. And you continue walking down until you slowly start seeing more and more sort of, I guess the best way to call it is just like activity and structures. You see things like copper piping or different sort of like water pipes and things like that going. You hear noises. And as you begin walking, it's probably been about 10, 15 minutes of walking through this. You start hearing a clamoring or hammering. It sounds like some sort of metallic pounding and things like that. Do you guys continue to approach the noise, or do you do anything particular?
Let me let.
Particular.
I can approach with Arcane Eye if we need it. Be silent and invisible.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, I'll cast that then.
Silence, wench.
Sure thing.
Excuse me.
You're excused.
I'm gonna cast
You send it down.
Arcane Eye. I'm gonna
Put
send it
you on the
down.
planet.
The range just has to be in the same plane of existence, right? Or does it have a limited range?
No limit to how far.
Okay, cool. So yeah,
30
you
feet
send it
per turn.
per turn. Yeah, you send it down the way. It's a little bit slower than you, it feels like, and you just keep going. After maybe a minute of it floating, you actually begin to see what the noise is, and it looks like very rudimentary robots creating like sheets of metal or different specific shapes of metal. There's like a hydraulic press that is punching these shapes out or things like that.
There's a pig.
Oh my gosh. And there's a hammering of just different parts being thinned out or made in specific shapes for different construction methods. The metal they're making matches exactly as the robots that are making it. So it seems like they're creating more of the same robots or other robots of similar construction.
Well, this definitely sounds like the person whose notes we found.
I accidentally flashbanged myself.
You accidentally flashed me?
Woo!
Oh.
Oh.
Do you guys want to just continue moving down?
Um,
Do you want to start moving down, or do you want to keep sending the eye further?
There's a world.
Can we do a mix of it?
Sure, if you want to, yeah, you want to walk to that point
do
and
a
keep
mix?
sending the eye, that can work.
Yeah.
You guys basically load it on up. You start walking down. You get to the same point. The robots like don't pay any attention to you. They don't even realize you're there. Basically, it looks like they're literally just automated to do what they do. There doesn't seem to be any intelligence behind them. Your eye, however, starts going to a area. There is a fork in the road, one that kind of curves off straight to the right still, where you have a very similar path going elsewhere, and there is a doorway to the left. That gets a little bit smaller, I should note.
Is there a doorway to the right?
No.
Oh.
Where would you like to send it, Tim?
So let's hang out by the door and let's send the eye to the right.
So you want to go
Okay.
to the point of the door, and you want to go down that right path that is continuous.
Let the eye go down to the right, and we'll stay around the left where the door is.
Yeah. So you kind of move through the building, or this hallway basically, and you get to the door. The door doesn't seem to let any sound through, or at least nothing that is distinctive of a different sound of what's already going on. But you do notice there's some extra pipes coming from this doorway. As your eye travels down further to the left, you see that there's actually different parts being made. There are things like springs being made and more complex robots. There seems to be a hardening station for steel and metal. You would know this since you're more of a techie or a construction person. They're like hardening different steel materials. There are some items like working with glass blowing and things like that. But it's all being just like as you go down, it seems like this is just a production facility, just building different parts.
Okay. Do we want to hang left then? Go through the door?
The west wing.
Okay.
No, it's the east wing. It's left.
It's the east wing?
It would be east because it's to your left.
No, what?
Never. Oh, wait, you're right. I'm dumb. you go.
I was waiting for it to
Depends on where
click.
you go. But yeah. Do you all want to head down there?
Let's try the door.
All right.
Yes, I'd like to
Come
go
on.
the
If doors
west
are
wing.
locked.
The door has basically another sensor. It doesn't look the same as the one from the outside. It seems to be like almost a handprint sensor.
Hmm. Well, that's not ideal. What do we think?
Use your hand, Tex.
Tex, put your hand
Okay.
on this thing.
I'll
Text.
put my hand
Yeah,
on this
you
thing.
put your
Mom,
hand.
throw
Oh
me!
gosh. You put your hand on it, and it kind of has that same green light come through, and then it turns to gold and fades into nothing, and then it slides open.
Hey, yo, you're
Yay.
like the key,
I'm-
bro.
I'm the...
You're the key.
You keep walking down this path now. Now
Cool.
the other corridor was like almost a 30-foot like archway corridor with the platform walking through it with these different sort of assembly areas that are separated. This now becomes more of like a 10-foot walkway path that was bored out by a different machine, it looks like. But you do notice there is a lot of these different pipes and tubing of different materials that are coming down following you. This seems to be heading towards some sort of a main, like, either distribution center or where things are being distributed to. As you keep walking, this is another very long one. You don't really start to see much. But Tex, I would like you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
That's not great.
There we go. 20.
20?
Unnatural.
Yeah, so as you get closer to this, your brain starts having like flashbacks because you've had things like this before in your dreams or when they've Slazuzump or Slazuzump, I forget her name. Like forced you to have those
that lady.
yeah, the flashback memories in your head. This is a fragmented memory replaying basically. There is a vague memory of this location, but a very much an older one. Keelan, please don't break anything.
I wasn't trying to. This is.
The bottle or my table.
Kaylin, break
please.
it all. Break it all, Kaden.
But you've been to this place
It's not even
before.
breakable.
It's a lot different. You remember the stone color and you remember a similar walkway, but there's like half as many pipes. The walkway is not as wide. The stone is not as bored out. And you're walking with that same robed figure. You guys are just going down a path. It seems like you're doing routine maintenance or just checking things out. And she just keeps walking, and you're following with some tools and a couple pieces of like steel plates and things like that. Roll me a perception check. See if you notice
Bob
something.
the Builder?
Okay.
Okay.
Also, this is metal.
Yes.
19.
19. You do notice something weird as you look down. As you're walking through this memory, you do notice that the legs of this person are actually sort of animal-like. They look kind of hairy, but with a golden hair, almost golden red hair.
Oh. Cool.
Okay.
So as this memory kind of continues, you're walking down the path, and it's not exactly where you are, but it's somewhere similar, and she takes a turn to a specific room that opens up into a like a workshop. There's a bunch of tables, but like a bunch of tables with a bunch of different projects going on, but she only stops at one particular one,
It's special.
and then that memory ends.
Love
When you
that.
come out of it, you realize you're actually sort of lagging behind the team, and you're about 5 or 10 feet behind, like kind of frozen in your place.
He's rubber
Wow.
banding.
And
Man,
you all, everyone else in
association's
the
real.
everyone else in the party also sees that too. You kind of notice that Tex just
Tex
stops.
is buffering.
Yeah.
Hey Tim, what you drinking?
Corona.
Yo.
Walter,
It has.
I'm under 21.
I had bootlegger the other night.
Ooh, nice. It has
I
enough
had
wheat that
nothing.
it's considered gluten free, so I can have it.
I can. We can.
I can't. Do you guys just want to keep walking down the path?
That sounds good to me.
Or Tex, do you want to explain what happened to everyone?
Nah.
Nah. Okay.
I'll-
Do you know what
I'll-
happened, Elliot?
What?
Do you
Well,
know what happened
if
to
Elliot,
explain it?
even if Elliot didn't, Elliot would just say, "Yeah, I explained it," and then we'd be done, and you guys would know.
All right.
I do know what happened. Tex
yeah.
Tex doesn't though. He's like, huh?
Yeah. So you guys keep walking down the path.
Huh?
As you're going, you start seeing rooms like these doorways. They sort of have those like submarine doors where there's a big circle in the middle that's like welded together with a big glass
Hell yeah.
viewing port.
Like
It seems like this is made that if anything happens, like if a fire breaks out, they could just immediately remove all the oxygen from everywhere except for a few key rooms, and then keep those areas fully life support enabled.
Okay.
Joke's on you. You can't breathe no more, bitch.
But as you guys continue, there's probably about 5 doorways you pass. Looking through them, you see that some of them are just like workshops or large empty rooms or things with like material supplies. You see a couple of spaces of like robots being actively developed and things like that. And then Tex, you get to a point where you're starting to see where you were in that memory. You're starting to see this path winding pipes with certain like gashes in them and things like a lot more advanced.
Ah.
Bleeding.
Anything you guys would like to do? Or are you just gonna keep walking?
Keep walking.
Let's walk. Let's walk.
Walk. Yeah, so you guys
Walk,
keep
walk,
moving.
walk.
There's not much of a change in style. This place seems to be very large. But as you get closer, Tex, you do see the door that she entered now. There is
Okay.
basically the door. It's exactly the same as other, but there's still those desks. Everything seems rearranged, and the tables are newer now, and also a little bit bigger and better built. But there are 3 people in that room actively working. It seems they are just humanoid figures.
And we
though.
kill them.
Oh,
Oh, murder.
Yes.
What makes Copelia not crazy? Fucking
nothing.
boobies? Yeah, boobies.
No,
Yeah.
she's
Boobies
still go
make her
crazy.
Boobies make her crazy.
But like,
She
she'll be
lost all
thinking of-
form of her identity. So.
just give her some boobies.
Give her some boobies and she's good. It takes her stress
mean-
away.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
My hand is so bright for
Yeah.
no
You're
reason.
glowing.
I'm glowing.
My hand's
You're a
not that
star.
bright.
What the fuck?
Galen's hand's not that bright.
I know I'm Irish, but I'm not that Irish.
Your camera just sucks. That's what it actually
Yeah.
is.
Autumn has embraced the void. So has Caden.
Oh,
Go into the light.
oh, oh, Autumn, focus. Autumn, focus. Oh, there you go.
So would you guys like to enter this building or this room, or are you going to
What do we think?
Figure out another path.
I'm
do
leaving it
they
up to Tex.
see?
What was that?
Don't leave things up
Autumn?
to me.
Okay, I'm leaving it up to Tex.
Don't leave
We're here.
things up
We're
to
here
me.
for Tex.
I'm mainly just looking for this one person,
So
but I
you
don't
wanna-
want to like. I want to ask them if they know where they're at, but I don't want to be like, "Hey, we're here without warning. We kind of broke in."
I
We
mean,
didn't break
we
in.
can
I feel like that's a
incapacitate
good way to
people.
get shot.
We can incapacitate people very easily. Right?
We didn't break in.
I could just use my chest like exploder
Trissy.
thingy-majiggy
Oh,
and
like
throw those
from,
around.
like from Austin Powers. It's the rocket.
Leah, it's your
tits.
chissy.
No.
I should ask for that.
What's the game plan then,
The
Tex?
the war chissy.
So I don't think she's in there. So I want to keep looking around, and if we can't find her, I guess we'll ask them.
Sure thing. You
Alright.
so you just want to keep on moving then?
Yeah.
Roll me a percentile dice.
Oh God. Fuck. I gotta get
Percentile.
fucking.
You could have just said T100.
Doesn't matter. I knew what he meant.
It's the same thing.
I.
It's for a specific purpose though.
38.
This one. 38. So, what you hear as you're walking
I
down
don't
this
like
hallway, there sounds to be a large metal
sounds to
clanging that
be.
starts coming towards you. It is these
Sounds
loud
to-
footsteps that sounds like just a hammer, a massive hammer on metal.
Oh.
It sounds like it's probably about 50 or 500 feet away in this bend, this curvy path. What would you like to do?
Investigate. I don't know.
So you're just gonna walk towards it?
This is how
Uh,
die in the movies.
cautiously.
Sure. Yeah. You begin to take steps, probably slowly, making sure you're nice and quiet. As you keep going, it just keeps getting louder and louder, and you begin to start feeling it as it's stepping. Do you want to do anything?
Maybe
or
it's
do you-
like the giant hand.
the giant hand, the one and only.
Yeah, the one that we moved.
Oh, yeah.
The one and only.
The one.
Are you just gonna let it come to you, or are you gonna go to it?
Are there any doors on either side of us?
There's probably a door nearby. Inside
Do we
there's
wanna
like
try and See
there's
if it
like
passes.
a robot figure that is like hung up on chains. That's like sort of like a car being built. There's a bunch of tools laying around and some materials.
Do we want to try and see what it's doing from the safety of a room?
Yeah.
All
So,
right.
yeah. Tex, you go up to it, you put your hand on it, it just opens up for you. When you go in there, everyone goes in, the door shuts behind you, and you see after probably like another 20 to 30 seconds, there is a figure. This like probably 8 foot tall Warforged. I shouldn't say
8-foot
Warforged
man.
specifically. It's very similar.
You said 8 feet.
It has it has these big yellow eyes that are like
Oh.
laser beams almost, and it is walking
Yeah.
with like sheer commitment in its eyes down this path,
Oh.
Fun.
and it just keeps going.
Okay.
I'm glad we avoided that.
Okay.
Ah.
I guess we keep going, looking around.
You open
Keep
it up
going
and you
then?
keep going. Roll me another. Let's do investigation this time. Mix things up a little bit.
Okay.
For
give me
Tex
a
or
sec.
everyone?
We're getting
let's do
spicy.
let's do tech. Let's do Tex.
All right.
Fucking.
Wait a minute.
I gotta fucking. The investigation. I can't
Come on.
read.
Come on.
I can't read.
Do the math.
There it is. 27.
27. Yeah. So yeah.
What?
As you're going, you do find a hub location almost. It looks like there's this large room with a massive massive platform in the center. It has a very fancy engraving on it. And all these engraving patterns, they are very similar to some of the textures and patterns on Tex's parts. And on the inside, there's like fancy machining lines, all very similar. But this is sort of
I
like
feel
a
like
hub
the room
location that
is-
you kind of can sprawl out in. And there's actually a map in this area that kind of points you into locations of different sectors or divisions of building. It sort of like almost looks like a fire escape map too. You
Yeah.
spend probably about another 45, 30 minutes looking, and you do not see this person. You do not see the figure that Tex recalls. But you do see, you probably do find a couple more groups of people working on things.
Okay.
Do we want to incapacitate a group?
Why do you want
See
to
what they
knock
know.
them
I don't
out?
want to incapacitate.
Why not?
Bram!
You gotta ask him questions.
Discombobulate.
Turn from just breaking and
We're-
entering to
we are
assault
breaking
and
and entering.
battering.
Assault.
We're
and battery.
breaking and entering. I mean,
Is that what the Warforges are?
Get out.
ICE is down for it. That's all I'm saying.
Me too.
Huh?
It
Me
seems
too,
like we're
Leah.
leaving up to you, Tex. What do you want to do?
I hear it, Leah. I hear you and understand.
I don't know. I'm not smart. Fuck.
Us
about-
Warforges don't have brains.
You have a CPU.
Are you a Tin Man?
Fuck. I guess. Goddamn.
Did you just rip one?
Hang on. I wasn't.
If I
Ripped
only had a
one.
brain.
I guess we should fucking
Just
Thank
ask
you.
someone. I don't know.
Do you want to try diplomacy first?
Yeah.
If it doesn't,
we can
if
ask.
it
I
doesn't
don't
go
think
right,
this is
then
an aggressive place.
All right, so you want to
It's
just
the
go to one of the
bugs
groups
thing
working on
happening
something,
again.
open the door, and say like, "Hey."
hey,
Hi,
what's
we kind of
going
broke
on?
in, but we have a question.
is that kind of what you
Take
want to do,
questions,
basically?
right?
Yeah, but like in a non like
Yeah, you don't want
threatening
to do a
kind of
threatening.
way.
There he
Hey,
is
do you
again.
have time
Lisa
to talk
puts
about
their
our
gun
Lord
away.
and
Yeah.
Savior?
So you go up to one of the groups.
Oh
There
my
is,
God.
there looks to be a group of three, 2 elves and a, I guess a Earth Ganassi, who are seem to be working on a sort of. It looks like a more advanced core of one of these robots. It has a weird crystal structure that sort of looks like bismuth mixed with quartz.
Oh, like the one that I
Um,
took?
Similar, but it's a lot bigger and more refined. It looks like they're actively working on making it better. You open the door, you put your hand on it, and it opens up, and you see one of the elven people go over, is like, "Who are you? How can you open that door? You shouldn't have access to that," and just like starts looking very concerned at you.
I just
I just did.
I just did. I don't know. I'm looking for someone, and I was led here. I guess.
From the voices in my head.
Not wrong. But this elven, this is probably an elven woman. She's like, "Please, let's talk about this outside. You should not be in here." And pushes you out. She sees you're
Okay.
a party, and she's like, "What are you doing here? How did you find this place?"
Magic.
His brain.
Not convincing enough for you, Caden.
Well, that's not. I don't know if you guys are actually answering.
If his memories led us here. They're kind of brokey though, but you know.
Be
She looks confused, and then she kind of looks over Tex, and she's like, she like grabs one of your arms and lifts it up to inspect. You do look very similar in design, though a little rudimentary. She's like,
Ooh.
She's speaking fancy talk.
who did you say you're looking for?
An Irvis person. That's
Uh,
their name, I guess.
She just looked. Of us, you're looking for of us.
Eva.
Yes.
She kind of like looks a little awkward, like she's saying something she shouldn't supposed to be.
It's hot.
She's like, "Let me take you to someone. Let me see if we can help you with that." And she leads you down to that main hallway you were into a wing that on the map is more of a managerial wing, sort of like it's where all the HR or things like that go, where they kind of keep track of everything. And they take you into a room. There is an Aarakocra, some random race. I don't know. There's an Aarakocra person there. They are just working on some paperwork, it seems, going through logs of materials or requests and things like that. And she kind of just, excuse me, we have a person here. She kind of looks back. He's like, "What is your name, friend?"
Friend.
Tex? I don't know.
We have
chose it
one.
You don't know your
myself.
name?
Yeah, we have one here that is looking for one Irvas. Do we know anything about this? She says, like, in a very, are you picking up what I'm putting down to this person? And the person, the Aarakocra looks back and is like, you see them stare at each other. They're trying to communicate without saying words to each other, but they don't have any sort of telekinetic powers, so it's just eye contact. What was that, Autumn?
It's kind of awkward.
Meow, B just not. B's just like, hi! No.
But they're like, they kind of like look at each other like, I don't know an Irvus that would be around here. Are you sure that's the name you're looking for?
It very much is. I pull out the book.
Fuck.
As you pull that out, they're like, oh, okay. They're like, how did you get
That's
this?
just a little bit of the tisms.
A little bit of the tism.
Wait, who has a little bit of the tisms?
Hex.
Oh, probably.
There's something broken in the brain. They're like, how did you get this? These are like that you're going through. These are in-depth research notes and items like that. This is something she doesn't lay around.
Shit.
Oh, we took them.
Found it in an old workshop, I guess.
Quite interesting. Well,
It seemed abandoned.
the
like,
Aarakocra just kind of
really
puts a hand
long
on his head.
abandoned.
We're not supposed to say she lives here, but she is currently out excavating some asteroids for extra resources.
Rubs nervously.
Yeah. Exactly. If you'll give her some time, we could probably have her here to meet you.
He's your mama.
Um,
Mama.
Mama. Oh, shut up.
Stop looking
Is
at
that
your
what you want to
phone.
do? Literally, stop. You don't no idea what I'm doing. I'm pulling up notes. Oh my gosh.
I was like,
Women.
I thought she was yelling at me.
No, I'm yelling at
I
Kate.
thought you were yelling at me also. I was like, I'm not on
Sorry,
my
I'm
phone, I
trying to-
swear. I'm just looking
Sorry,
down.
I'm trying to make a map. I snapped my stylus in half, making the last one.
Is that? Are you fine with
yeah.
just waiting there then, Tex?
What is
Yeah.
going on with the upstairs?
It sounds like the guy's playing basketball. That's what it sounds like. But yeah.
Kate.
Okay.
Kate
They're like,
hates me.
all right, let us. We're going to go send a message to Irvas. If you will, please just wait here. We have a lot of machinery that goes through, and it's quite dangerous to be out and about some days. Sometimes.
Basically, don't touch anything.
Yes. They basically go over to a computer system in another room, send out a message to Irvas, it would seem, and they come back. The Aarakocra comes back alone and is like, so how did you guys enter this building? This is locked down to very specific people.
Oh, I touched it. I touched the thingy, a voice activation thing. I just spoke to it. And it
I
opened.
touched it.
He's like, that is very
I
peculiar.
touched it.
Goes up to another computer system, starts typing in. Would you mind speaking into this microphone for me?
Huh.
No problem.
The Aarakocra smacks.
I just say like testing, 1, 2.
And he looks in. He's like, "Interesting. You have been grandfathered into the system. It seems your voice profile, which is just given 0000, is given one of the highest access accounts in our system.
Texas and
Look at
SCP.
you.
Oh, we
You're
could have
all
went
stupid.
everywhere then.
Yes, you could have." He looks back at you. He's like,
Oh, I wanna.
"Who are you?"
Your mom.
I don't know. My memory is broken.
Well, hopefully, Irvas can
I guess I
figure this out.
explained the whole broken
Yeah.
memory thing and the fact that I have very few memories of Irvus or whatever.
Yeah, he's like, well,
I'll be right
this, this will be very interesting. I'm sure of us will be excited to see you if this is true. But she is quite the inventor and has been through her fair share of different creations. So I've not seen her create anything as advanced as you before.
I've gotten that a lot.
Ooh, I'm advanced.
She's been dealing a lot more with while you seem fully sentient, she's dealing a lot more with semi-sentience, where they are their ability is from given a task and finding the best way to do it, but no passions or interests is one of her biggest issues, she says. So this is
Maybe
very-
Tex wasn't meant to have this personality. Maybe it was an accident.
Damn.
do you actually say
No
that, B?
offense.
Do you say that, B?
Yeah. I
The
think maybe you were an
Aarakocra-
I look at her with the most offense that I can give.
Eyebrows
That
slant.
wasn't what I meant.
And the
That
Aarakocra
wasn't
goes,
what I meant.
that would be a very hard accident to produce. If anything, it was a collaboration. I would have a
Not
very hard
really
time
a
believing.
Collab? A YouTube collab?
No, that's not. Everything that comes to your mind, you don't have to say. You know that, right?
Your mom.
My point's proven still.
You gotta say everything that comes to your mind.
But she just continues. She's like, or the Aarakocra. She's
like curly fries.
Well,
Curly fries.
maybe once Russ gets here, she'll be able to clear some stuff up for us. In the meantime, just wait patiently, and we'll have
Oh.
And the Aarakocra just looks. Would you guys like some water or anything?
Gladly.
I would.
Yeah.
Tex
So, yeah.
can't.
The Aarakocra just steps out of the room for a minute and comes back with the tray of water and like it's like a bunch of cups and a big pitcher.
It's
he's
just
like-
oil.
No, it's a bird. And just brings it out and sets it in front of you.
Could I ask what you're
Okay,
working
so-
on here?
Are you saying that to the Aarakocra?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, well, I am just in the department of acquisitions and resource management. However, the actual
Acquisition.
different groups here work on a variety of projects that all under our, I guess you could call it our corporation or our group. Basically, we're just a mining operations that turn that into advanced robots. It's all self-funded. Irvas was one of the first and one of the creators of this location. And she's been kicking it ever
Who is
since,
your
doing a lot.
company?
He says, well, that's why I said you could call it a company. It's not technically a company. We have a loose connection with each other, and we will work on stuff together. We'll get resources, and as long as we complete certain goals, we'll be continued allowed to do that. We have people who create food and things like that, but there really isn't anything to really call us. We just kind of build stuff.
Minecraft.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Shut up!
Choo choo.
Is there any other questions you guys have for this Aarakocra?
Yeah. You said one of the founders, or one of the people that started this. Are there others?
There are others.
Welcome back.
Some of them have passed away, sadly, due to old age mostly. One did have a fairly tragic accident. But Irvas is the oldest
Yikes.
remaining member that is still active with us.
Cool.
Cool.
She is sort of our
Wow.
beacon in this land.
Mama.
Gotcha.
He's mama.
What? Yes, Caleb.
I
Kayla's
didn't think you
tired.
were. I didn't think.
Sticks her hand in the pitcher.
Aarakocras are pretty good at seeing things. So I'm gonna real quick
Yep.
roll a perception check.
Honey, you have your own
Drink
glass.
water.
You have your own glass.
You didn't roll a perception check. You don't know.
No
what that
one
happened.
stopped her.
My internet's sucky right now, so I'm gonna roll an actual dice. No, he did not notice. They did not notice. So yeah,
If
you
he
just drink
says
the water.
something, B's like, sorry, I was thirsty.
Thirsty baby.
Yep. All of it.
All right. After about 30 minutes or so, you guys get a call. It is from that elven woman, and she's like, "If you guys would like to follow me, Irvas is currently docking with some asteroid materials. Please come with me, and we can."
I have a
meet her."
question.
Yes.
Is B able to drink herself?
Are you able to
don't
eat
think so.
yourself?
You're made of jelly.
I don't know. Can
mean-
a person eat their hand?
That's what I'm
I
asking.
mean, yes. Technically.
Well,
I
I guess
mean,
it's, can you like, what is the best way to describe this? If you mash up Jello and then take Jello and feed it to itself, is it eating it? No, it's just recombining.
yeah, it's just recombining.
It's like mashing
Well, the
clay into
way-
clay.
Well, you can't really combine Jello back together. It's just kind of.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's just
chopped.
being put together. It's just like becomes one and the same. Because B doesn't really eat.
I
things.
guess it
B's put
depends on
inside
whether or
and it
not-
melts.
yeah.
Does B have an enzyme for what B is made of?
No.
The enzyme
Yeah,
of cuddles.
Mitochondria.
No.
Does B
no.
have a mitochondria?
Yeah, does she?
Auto
That's B's
cannibalism.
brain.
Yikes. So yeah, you guys basically, do you follow or are you just gonna say no?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
I'm down. I want to meet this person.
You
This person
guys,
sounds cool. This
you
person.
guys follow the path. It's
exploded
about
a
another
bomb.
15 to 20 minute walk, but she leads you out of this main corridor back into that sort of production area, and then out there into a doorway. This one is not the same one. It seems to be like on nearly the opposite side of an area of where you've been working. And from there, you open it up. It is a very large space. Like this is a massive missing chunk of this dwarf planet, and there's like 3 ships that are floating around a massive asteroid that's floating in space. And there's like these robots flying around, seeming to like take chunks off, shooting a bunch of larger pieces out back into the vacuum of space. Other big metal chunks are being put into sort of like a mine cart, almost like a massive smelter
Minecraft?
cart with a massive magnet. on the bottom.
Minecraft.
The diamond minecart.
How's this kid doing?
Probably living well, man. He's got a lot of
Kid?
money.
What kid?
Diamond Dan TDM's
You're in a
kid?
Oh,
Yeah.
Dan TDM. Sorry.
diamond my card.
But yeah, you guys kind of just see that, and then this elven woman shouts up, "Urvas, the guest we were telling you about is here." And you see that it is a figure in like this sort of space-like suit, kind of floating around with this sort of like jetpack almost, but it basically just cancels out the the false gravity in this area and lets her fly around. And you see the figure begin to come back, land down. And Tex, you do notice they have that same green cape you've seen time and time again, still on with this outfit. And they land in front
Yeah.
of you. They kind of take off this sort of helmet, and they're like, my, that's not a face I've seen in quite some time. And go in for like basically a hug. And I don't think
Okay.
I ever
Tex is
realized
very
that
about it.
Tex was not your given name. And so, do you have a real name you'd like to use, or is it just gonna be? Do I come up with something?
Let's let you come up with something. Kex wouldn't remember.
Okay, let me real quick.
Fantasy name
Random
generators.
name
It's not because there's a naming convention for her robots that she uses. They're all acronyms.
Oh my
No
god,
way.
it's like fresh
So-
cut grass all over again.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Real quick, can I? Fuck, where are they? I found them.
Well, text can be an acronym.
I know, but Tex. I guess we could do that, where that's just the name Tex remembers.
Technologically exquisite xylophone.
Exactly.
Totally existing X.
Okay, I found them. So I got some USB drives that have micro USBs,
Interesting.
and I call them my NFSs,
Mm-hmm.
mobile filing systems, because I just
Mm.
plug these into my desktops and I access the files for my work. But for short, I call them my motherfuckers.
That's amazing.
I love them.
Oh my gosh, X. What is X gonna be?
I don't.
Xylophone.
That's what I saying, man.
Here, give me 2 seconds. I can probably find
no,
something.
X is gonna be. X is just gonna be for a Roman
X
numeral.
not.
You're the 10th version, basically. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
EXC.
That works.
Dayman, come on down.
What's the 1 second?
Simon's an alcoholic.
That's the
No,
uh.
leave me alone.
I saw you think about it.
I had to think about
I need
You're right. I did think about it for a little while there.
I need
So either
synonyms.
I have them tonight, or I have some tomorrow as well.
You need cinnamon?
Synonyms.
Cinnamon.
You should have had this ready beforehand.
I didn't know. Tex never told me that's not the real name. But now we got to do something. Okay, we'll just do that. It's very simple, but she'll still call you Tex. And we'll just say that you knew that name and that's it. But you don't know why you knew it.
Okay.
It's a train.
Honk honk, motherfucker.
She just gives you hugs like, "What has gotten to you, Tex? I didn't think I would see you again in a while."
I
Who are
don't
you?
know.
Why are you touching me?
Kind of sort of having a brain problem, I guess.
She's like, "Oh, is
Fragmented memories?
that does sound believable. That would be an issue caused by your production style. How much do you remember?" She's kind of like grabbing your head, inspecting you. As you guys look at this, you do start to realize this is actually a satyr woman. She has little goat legs.
Oh.
Yes.
A furry.
No.
I mean, technically.
So, what do you want to tell her? How much you remember?
Oh, I don't know how much I remember. I'll say that.
Not
Not a lot.
She's like, "Well, I know we have some of my robots had some issues when there was an I guess I could call it a fallout with some of our compatriots where a lot of my systems went offline and a lot of false commands were sent. That was a while ago, and I know since then I did give you to my, was it grandson? Yeah, grandson. Where he tried to take care of you, but I can tell she kind of lifts out your arm, looks at some of the inner joints. That didn't help much. But do you remember much before the shutdown or before anything like that?
No.
Are you just having fun, Tim, or are you asking questions?
No, sorry. I'm trying
Okay,
to
just wanted to
make
make
my.
sure. You want
I
your
don't
face
want
to
my
not be blown
face
out.
to look like it's beaming,
Yeah.
so I do this, so it makes my face darker.
Good
Can I
thing.
put your hand down?
Yeah, it's-
Like it adjusts to the lightest thing.
yeah.
It's noticeable if you look at like the walls.
But Tex, you just tell her that you have the fragmented memories. You like have memories of her, like helping her shop and things like that. But
Yeah.
not much beyond that. She was like, "That's
Yeah.
quite interesting. Your design was very interesting one. You started off as a simple, basically maintenance robot. You were one of my first creations that were sort of semi-autonomous. But as time went on, I learned more skills and used them testing on you, essentially. You went from a semi-autonomous robot to a fully autonomous robot to a, as we see now, a fully capable sentient being. It is a part of your development phase, but those broken memories are probably from the previous forms of you that were not designed to have long-term memories, but they still stuck around."
Oh.
She's
I like how Tex and Capilia both don't know shit about themselves.
Yeah. She's like, let's do this less formally. Come on, come inside. Let me take you to the cafeteria or just the lunchroom. So she
Okay.
brings you all in. You see, she's a shorter woman. She's probably sitting around like 5'2", 5'4" area. Autumn.
So she's my height.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, she's
Um,
mine.
But she has little goat hooves as she's
Lord
going
shit.
that kind of make little noises on it. You do see that there is a robot that is now following her. This is it's a slender figure robot that is much more refinedly built. And she is just like following with that same dedicated vision that the other robot had, like just nothing going on. My directive is to follow, sort of robotic nature. After about
Directive.
yes.
Eve.
Eva.
Oh, it's
Directive.
Oh
Directive.
my god, no! How are we back to this?
Yeah,
It's
you
wild.
guys follow. Is there anything you talk about or ask along the way?
I guess I'll tell her that I met a few people who were able to help me piece some memories back together.
She's like, oh,
Like
that's
about,
Are
cool.
we
like, the
following
whole
her?
thingies.
Are we also
Yeah.
following her?
I imagine, unless you want to go sit in an asteroid place.
No. I have a
No.
question for her.
Well, I'm gonna do what Tech said first. She's
Okay.
like, that's quite interesting. I don't know many people who are advanced enough to get that crystal functional. That is a pretty refined and dangerous thing to do. If you don't have the right equipment, you can damage that crystal.
Oh no, it wasn't really a technology thing. It was more of they took me inside my own head.
She goes,
I
oh,
don't know.
interesting. That's not something I've messed around. Who was this? Who helped you?
I don't remember how to say the name, so I'll just say the name.
Yes, Lazo Zemp. She
Yes.
she has her eyes wide at
Lazarus
you.
Lucy.
She's like, you know of the council.
Yeah.
Ooh.
She's like, we have much more to discuss then. Let's take this to somewhere more private.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
All right.
She continues walking.
Uh-oh.
Someone
What
get
were
a
you
name
gonna ask
change?
Capelia?
I want to know if my model looks any familiar to her.
If she asks, she's like, I'm sorry. I have seen quite a lot of robotics. From the outside, I can't tell, but you can typically tell a creator from who created what from the inside. That is so loud, Tim.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
I realized
like-
too late.
If you would like me to inspect, I could take a look on the inside and see if I can recognize anything.
I would appreciate that.
She's like, sure. We have plenty of robotics teams here. Nothing bad will happen. So yeah, you guys keep
I
walking.
fucking explode.
Shuts down permanently. Anything else
Well,
you guys
see you
like
later,
to ask
guys.
while you're walking? Less critical questions.
So, do you go by any other names?
She just goes, not really. I've always just called myself Ervus. I'm wanted on a couple
Okay.
planets,
No
namely
woman.
Hone and a couple of their
Oh, me too.
co-conspirators. She looks at you, she's like, really?
We all perk up.
Yeah.
We're like,
She's like,
Wow.
what did you do to get wanted by Hone?
Don't worry
Nothing.
about
What
it.
didn't we do?
I
What
blew up
didn't
3
we-
people.
What didn't we do? We did.
Stole a lot of cargo.
Stole a car.
Insubordination, desertion.
coordination, Killed somebody.
She's like, oh, I guess we have a fairly similar past then. Okay.
What was her name? Adelhi?
Adelhi.
Yeah.
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 She's like,
Her
I do
name
not
was-
recognize
yeah,
that
I just dropped.
one.
I just. Yeah, she was a changeling.
Oh, interesting. That
We
is-
thought she was Kaisir, so we thought we killed Kaisir. That wasn't true.
When you say that, she's like, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's get into the private quarters. As she takes you to a door, she puts her hand on it. The same golden symbol like flashes and opens this door. She walks in there, and this actually seems to be like a sort of a meeting room's ex bed chamber almost. Like it seems like she has an office with her bedroom, a massive like a sort of
Ooh.
a workshop in the back that's like very equipped, a large space with like hoods and things like that. In the center area is like a kitchen dining room combo with a large kitchen, a dining room table that can fit like 12 people. And it seems to be like also sort of a meeting hall because there's a like an electronic whiteboard on the side. She's like, please sit down. This whole space is off limits from everything else, and it's completely self-sufficient. So there should be no one listening or watching. You said you speak with someone by the name of Zlazuzem from the council.
Yes.
That is quite interesting because
We've
as
met
you
with actually most of them.
really okay, that's not surprising. Are they
Oh, wait.
are they still mostly friendly to each other or more separated?
They're friendly
Okay.
Bonnie's pretty
with each
cool.
other.
Well, one thing you might like to know, there's actually one of them that is one of the contributors of this location, though she likes to stay a little bit more private about herself. One by the name of Stea. She is actually an artificer like myself, and
Robotic.
she helps me create a lot of the robots. She is one of the reasons why
okay.
we gave life to you,
Stay
Tex.
wait.
That explains it then.
She helped me design the crystals and things like that for you and some of the other robots.
Hmm.
Yes, she might be interested in meeting you then. She's a very kind soul, but did not care for the politics, I shall call it, of the council.
Okay.
Isa is very excited behind Tex and just is just like hoping that Tex mentions yes, meet them.
Wait, mentions what?
That you want to meet
Yeah.
them.
Because Tex wants, or because
Oh, yeah,
Isa
okay.
does. Yeah, she kind of just continues talking a little bit. She's like, "Yeah, well, how did you find me here? How did you know about my location? I tried to really remove myself from any sort of information of the public eye."
Well, I talked to name I can't pronounce,
Zlazuzem.
Blazoslam?
and she gave me a place where there was still activity, like something I don't know
Oh,
stuff going on.
she probably used a sort of scrying spell to find connections of you.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because yes, you are made of the same magic as other parts I've used, because it's my magic. So I guess that would be a sort of connection, yeah. Then how did you find this location?
We found a book in the place that we found that
She's
was
like,
I guess
"Mm,
journal
you
entries.
found the explosion site.
Yes. We did.
Oh, yeah, that's the reason I'm outlawed on several planets. I killed several
I would
people.
imagine. Yeah, based on the explosion, it looks
Yeah,
like it.
same. I think we've all have a body count here.
Especially
B?
Yolana.
Who have you killed?
Don't worry about it. Well, technically, B did kill Adelhi.
Technically, yeah.
Right. You killed 2 people that day.
Don't worry about it.
You killed one of the
Don't worry-
guards too.
Don't worry about B's past, okay? You don't know
Got
what
it.
she's eating.
She's like, well, at least we're on the same terms then, I guess. But yes, I've spent a lot of time studying these things, and I know I might not look it, but I'm quite old. I have only Stea to thank in keeping me young. She helps me stay a little bit more youthful in my age.
Oh, exactly.
You know how I feel about
Magic.
old men and
I
genitalia.
don't know. She just like it's sort of like the potion effect for de-aging, except she's found a way to like basically use magic to do it. It's very time consuming and very costly, but she deems me worthy enough to put the time and effort in. And I'm no more thankful. She believes I'm doing
Magic
a great job here.
Botox.
Like, it's about as much as a mystery to me as it is to you. She doesn't like people to
Hmm.
know because she's afraid of that power getting out and causing issues like in her past.
Fair enough. Is that your way of not trying to explain the magic behind this?
Well, no, I know how she does it. At least the explanation I'd give.
Okay.
But she's not going to give it out
Got
to you.
it.
She's not going to give it out to anyone. It's a look into who Stea is as a person.
Gotcha.
She's like, well, Tex, why did you come here? Why did you find me? What can I do for you?
I guess I just wanted answers to, where I come from, why my brain's broken, I guess.
She's like, okay, well, let's sit around the table and we can spitfire these questions, figure things out. Where you came from, you were one of my first major robots I was working on. You have come along from many stages. In your name, Tex. Let me figure out what I wrote down. You're the total executive 10, or X for short. So Tex. What was that message? I just see it on the top right of my screen.
Fat fuck.
She continues. So Tex, the total executive robot. You're meant to do everything a robot could that I could create. I put every technique I found, I put every gadget and gizmo I could get into you and slowly developed you. You started off as simply a carrier robot, a robot that could fetch items or help me carry things. From there, you advanced to a stronger, more independent robot, and once I met up with Steya in a very interesting meeting of fates, she helped me advance the cores of these robots from simple, autonomous, being able to compute very quickly, figure out things like that. Basically, a high-end CPU in a crystal. She learned how to enhance it with magic, and essentially, the entrance to your gateway you're talking about, that is Steya's design. That location, I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like a demi-plane. It is where you, the person Tex, the creation, exists. Not the mechanical form, the emotional, the soul of you, I should say. That is where you are from. That is you. And that is when you became your own person. That is also when, however, I decided that I should not create more like you because I felt bad, because you were designed to just be a helper, a helping hand, and then you became fully autonomous, and I felt sort of guilty, like I was owning a person, sort of like slavery, and that didn't feel right. So once everything started going out the window, people started having issues with me. Might have been deserved, but they still had issues with me. I left you with my grandson during the shutdown, just hoping he could repair you and bring you back, and you could be your own person. It seems like you have become such. You still are in some good condition, though I can definitely help you become a little bit more refined. But it's quite interesting to see such an old creation walking about still.
I don't know what to say at this point.
I don't either.
This is Tech's story. I'm just here drawing a
Yeah.
map.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is there any other main questions or concerns you have?
Why am I gay?
Why did God make me this way? He doesn't exist, that's why. Oops.
If you get an answer, let me know. I'd like an answer to that as
Yeah,
well.
I don't have any questions or anything right now because I can't think of any because
Sure
I'm drawing
thing.
blanks.
As you guys are sitting there,
look,
kind of
I-
what? Sorry, continue.
Sorry,
What
no.
I thought I cut you off. I was going to say something.
I
No,
said,
I
oh
dropped
fuck, it's been 5. I didn't realize.
Oh gosh, Tim.
I-
After you guys are sitting there for a minute, kind of discussing, you hear a large thud on the door, like just a good. That didn't sound that good, actually. I lied. But you look over, and that,
Here, I got
that
it.
massive, like 9-foot robot is just kind of standing in the doorway, and you just see chest. She's like, oh. So she gets up. She's like, so I said I decided not to create intelligent life forms anymore, like you. It kind of leads to some stupid. She walks over the door, opens it up, and this robot kind of like bends backwards in and just stands up straight. And she's just like, say welcome to the stupid. She's like, these
that-
two
is that its
robots
name?
I have following me, they are, you can think of them sort of like your siblings, actually, Tex. They are
You have
definitely,
really stupid siblings,
she's
bro.
like, they are definitely less intelligent. This one here is Luna. She points to the one that is a little bit smaller and more like sleek in style. She is a robot we use for any magnetic. She's a non-ferrous robot, meaning that anything magnetic will not stick to her, will not cause issues. It has been a big issue with some of our machines because they rely on electromagnets, and sending a human near them is very dangerous. Or a person, I should say, near them is very dangerous. So we send her, and she won't get sucked into the magnets. Very useful. And then this other one here is Sam. He is a heavy lifter and can just do a lot of lifting and is really strong. his way of solving some issues is questionable, but he solves them often. And as you look at them, Tex, they do have very similar construction styles to you. Definitely, like, they're different, obviously, but how they're made looks very similar. The methodology behind them are. You do notice that in you have a center core that is that sort of crystal-like thing. Welcome, Cressa. And then from there, you look at theirs. Theirs seem a lot more, like, simplistic, not less complicated, but you have this sort of arcing crystal that has multiple facets to it. Theirs are like a cube that just sit in the middle.
Cube.
Cube.
Yes, indeed.
Return to cube.
Return to cube. But yeah, that's what you kind of see with them. She's like, these ones are very helpful. It always makes me question if I should continue building robots more like you, Tex, because someone like you can do pretty much anything, and if I build them properly, they can do just about anything, but I always feel bad building someone for a purpose, and then if they don't decide that purpose suits them, I don't know how to handle that. I'm afraid.
Nerd. That's not in character.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you have anything else you'd like to say?
Why am I depressed?
Why am I made of cheese?
Fuck, I'm sorry.
Sometimes I dream. Of
Same though.
Fuck. I don't know.
I don't know either.
My brain's out of juice.
Gone, empty.
I can talk
Yeah.
if you need me to, Tex.
Yeah.
Or I guess you should say Elliot.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Can I pull out the book
The book that you found?
that we
Sure.
found at
Yeah.
the hangar site?
Sure.
Yeah.
I want to say, essentially, these designs are groundbreaking. Did you come up with this?
She's like, well, they aren't exactly groundbreaking. They're very efficient in what we've already been able to do and more condensed. But this was something I designed. This was my creation. It was paid for, I found out now, by Hone. They were going to take it and remodel it for building something more nefarious. But it is something I designed.
So you threw all of that potential, I guess, just potential away for defying Hone?
She laughed at you, but threw it away. Do you see where you are? This whole place is based off that. No, I didn't throw it away. I built it. I can build it again. I didn't give them
The
their
explosion,
final
I
product,
mean.
though. Oh, well, no, none of that was mine. I just made it a bomb. I still have the original blueprints and stuff here, and that's what made all this. I just got new materials to build it.
I meant more so like the economic gain, I guess.
She's like, oh, well,
Oh.
technically yes, but I can always find another benefactor.
It's good to see, I guess, morals prevail over that.
Yes, and also bombs are fun, though.
Bombs
Beaver-
are fun. I'm
Beaver
gonna
was
immediately
like,
pull out one of
"Yeah!"
my bombs and
We
be like,
should
yes,
we
they
should bring
are.
up the whole thing that we did with Hone and the Dyson Sphere thingy.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah, it's like, yeah, we kind
I-
of made
Yeah,
one of
I
their
feel like I
plans
trust
go
this person
bad.
enough for that.
Do you
We
say
really
they were trying to build a Dyson sphere and you set up like a failure thing in its path?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we trust this person enough. Yeah.
Right when you say Dyson, like
Seeing
they're
as
building
they're
a Dyson
also
sphere,
wanted
you
by
see
Home.
her eyes like glaze over. She's like, "That is very bad." Home
Oh,
having
no.
power over
We
the
kinda-
entire solar system.
We kind of
hmm
fixed the problem though.
Well, we
They
hope
don't-
we did.
We don't know that they don't know that we did it.
That's fair. Yeah. She's like, well, I hope you all do have a plan that succeeds, because if they are able to implement that, that would give them access to block off entire planets from natural life.
That's
Yeah.
kind of why we were hired to do it.
Yes.
Exactly why we got involved.
I can't believe Kaisir, as old as he is, still comes up with these crazy plans.
Old fuck.
Well, I mean, he is working with Lightyear. We know that.
You say that too? She's like, I think there's someone we should speak with. Please come with me. She kind of
Ooh,
she,
yeah, let's follow.
she sits up from the chair, her little hoofs going. She walks into the like this large workshop she has. There's a massive table in the middle that actually is like a U shape. There's tools galore on both walls. There's resources like stacked up neatly. And then she walks up to the back wall. She pulls a wrench off like the wall, like pulls it sort of like a sconce. Another thing sticks out. She spins it a certain way and slams it back in. She turns a dial that pops up out of a table, and she's like, "I like making things complicated. Shut up." And then continues like messing with things. And then all
I
of a
like
sudden,
this character.
the table that she's at, like falls into the wall, and like this stairway tilts down. She's like, "This is something I imagine if you've spoken with the council, you'll recognize." You go down, and there's one of those simple teleporter pads that take you into the into the Aether realm.
Oh yeah, those things.
She's like, we just have to go in there real fast, and we can speak with Stea. So do y'all just load up and go in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she loads you all up, slaps a button, and begins to, like, everything powers up. The same feeling, you disappear, you can see colors, but you can't see colors. It's weird.
Shapes and colors.
And you go in, and you actually, when you were with the regular council, you saw like this sort of almost Greek-esque building. It's like sort of a classical style with full roofs and things like that. This one seems to be more of like a mountainous retreat among the sea of empty. And you see working at like a table outside is this woman. She, again, primordial in nature. She is a little bit taller, probably sitting closer to 5'8", 5'9" range. Is a bit more of a slender build, but she definitely has like farmer muscles where they're like, she looks toned, but until she like flexes, you're like, whoa, okay. A buff woman. And she seems to be working on a sort of a crystal design, or working on a crystal, I should just say. You guys land in, and she's like, she speaks up. She's like, "Oh, you brought friends of us. What is this about?" And then Irvas just looks over, like, "I think this is something you'll very much enjoy. Do you remember the robot you helped me give sentience?" And Stea just instantly locks eyes on Tex, and she's like, "Ah, your Tex model. So the wandering child comes home." And she begins to approach you all.
I'm 30.
And that's where we're gonna end stream for today. We will pick this up
I'm
next
30.
time. So thank you all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you follow. This will be coming back next Monday. We'll continue this conversation and how things are going, and then from there, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Follow me on all my socials at CadenBop if you want more, or CadenBop.com. You can find everything I am at. And if you guys want more content, that's the place to be. But for now, I'll be in a stream here. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next stream. Bye bye. You guys are here too.